All right, welcome back, everyone. It is here, the playoffs. The semifinals have begun, and we've got KraciFisk taking on Paint here. In one of those, Llama versus Jungle is going to be the other one. And those guys, they started a couple minutes ago. They're 80 hands into their 2K hands matchup. 18 points already for KraciFisk. Been putting in work. And I'm going to check out the replay, see if I can find... I don't see... they might have happened early, the very big pots. So I haven't been getting too many showdowns either just yet, but we'll keep an eye on that. So I'm sure we're going to get plenty of those. They're currently looking for a guest. Hope everybody's been doing well. There's been a bit of a break. Yesterday there was no action. And today it all begins. I don't know what level of urgency there's going to be for Llama and Jungle to play, like if they're going to play every day. What's up, the Amazing Jack? How you doing, my dude? You're always the first one in there. Appreciate that. Appreciate the passion. Go Timberwolves! Yeah, that was a sick game. That was a very sick game. Is KraciFisk the big favorites? Asks Cydrus. According to Clicker, yes, he thinks that he's going to win the whole thing. I kind of feel like it's, since Paint is kind of like the new guy on the block, the new kid on the block, so to speak. It's pretty easy to underestimate him, but he put in some work in the groups and he won. He advanced in a group with Prodigy and Clicker, which is extremely impressive, obviously. Yeah, there was some questionable calls, the Amazing Jack, for sure. Especially that foul on McDaniels, the foot to knee, supposedly, which didn't even exist. Of course, I saw the Wolves game, Max. It was amazing. Not gonna lie, in the start, like first and second quarter, I was a little depressed because it seems like they were really struggling. It seems like I mean, it's nice that they can have such sick comebacks, but I think as a Wolves fan, you have a lot of suffering, in those games. Because it just seems like they can fall apart any moment, and sometimes they really struggle, but also they can do amazing things. So yeah, I don't know if it would be better if they were just consistent, or if they're capable of amazing things but also terrible things. What's wild to me is how emotional everybody is. Like the players, there's like almost fights, they push each other, they tilt during the game. And the fans are like way worse. Whether it's like Twitter, Reddit, people go wild everywhere. Rudy Gobert is your favorite player, amazing player. I said, nah, my favorite is probably Anthony Edwards. Not probably, it is Anthony Edwards. But I like a lot of the players. I mean, I like every player on the Wolves. I feel like this season, though, Julius Randle has tilted me at times. I do think that there is a big chance they're going to blow up the roster for next season and do some big changes. I kind of doubt Julius Randle is going to stick around unless they either make finals or win, which is not super likely. Max, you're a Wolves fan as well? Cydrus, who do you support? Yeah, actually, so when I started following basketball, I didn't even know any single player on the Wolves. I just knew Ant. And then I found out there is a French player on the Wolves. And then they drafted another one with Johan Béranger. Johan will be goated in a few years. Yeah, he might end up being very good. He's already good, but you can tell he's like very young and not that experienced. Like he fouls a lot. He's trying to block every shot. Like, yeah. With good mentorship. I really like Giannis. And I think it would have been crazy if they managed to trade for him, but I think they would have had to blow up the entire lineup. So I'm kind of glad they didn't. I just like to watch the games, but I kind of like the Celtics. You know, actually, what I find really funny right now on Instagram is like all those videos of the Knicks fans saying what they would do to win a chip. And actually, I shared one on my Instagram story. If you guys haven't followed me yet, I recommend follow me there. I'm posting like a bunch of basketball memes and stuff. And this video opens with one guy is like, if for the Knicks to win a championship, you would have to not eat an like egg and bacon sandwich for this long. And the guy's like, oh yeah, easy. I'm not gonna do it. Then somebody's like, for a Knicks to win a championship, you don't shower for 6 months. The guy's like, I already do that. Like the city smells terrible. Yeah, these videos crack me up. We got a big pot developing and we got an all-in. Here we go. KraciFisk. Maximum pressure. 7,500 into 4.8. Paint faced with the decision. A paired board here with king, king, queen, 8-4. No flush draw completing. Fear not, as I'll replay the hand as soon as it ends. So we can see exactly what happens. Paint really taking his time. He's gonna let it go. Let's see. What exactly happened here? Let me know if my mic is too loud, by the way, because I move around a lot. I feel like sometimes it ends up being, if I'm very close to it, it ends up being very loud. So king, queen, 8, single raise spots, KraciFisk. Well, actually, I'm gonna write the time of the hand. 1 sec. I like the fire visual effects, dude. I put a lot of effort into that fire, let me tell you. Alright, king, queen, 8, rainbow in a single raise spot. And KraciFisk overbets. Paint calls. King on the turn. I'm guessing he overbets again, considering the size. Wait, was that pots? I think it was pots. Yeah, okay, so he bets pots, gets called. Then on the river, just sends it. I wonder what's paint folded. I mean, KraciFisk is repping a, what would you guys say? A king, a full house, like a strong king or a full house. Actually, I'll keep that one in the replay. If we get one of those guests on the stream, we can bring it up. Oh, actually, wait, someone say, okay, 1 sec. Need my earphones. Prodigy was gonna commentate today, right? Was he? I mean, he's always welcome. I'm gonna drop him a message. Sec.
Hello.
Yo, what's up? The champ! How's it going? Can you hear me?
Not much. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How does it feel to ship a document, my guy?
Feels good. Finally.
Yeah, that guy you faced in the final heads up is like really good as well.
Yeah, put out Punchery.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's been running insanely hot over the past, whatever, years. I think he's, as far as I know, I think he's like the biggest Triton winner
Really?
of them all. Yeah, I think so. Like in profits. There's some guy that tracks it on some site.
I'm gonna try and Google that. I'm actually curious now.
The the sample is obviously very low. It's like 200 tournaments, something like that. So whatever, but
Oh, it says
it's
Bryn
crazy. Huh?
Kenny with 50 millions as
Yeah,
prize.
because he shipped some fucking. Okay, yeah, Bryn is maybe the biggest winner.
Yeah,
But then he's
Punat
like
is
number two.
sixth. Yes, 6 titles, 46 cashes, and 20, almost 28 mil.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat has, who is PTSD? PTSD is a legend that played in the Mid-Stakes Championship and also plays some Donkements, and he won one in Prague recently, an 8K tournament entry, and he won 600K. Shippy!
And the bracelet. And the bracelet. That's
Oh,
important.
that's there. I mean, it's not a watch, but it'll
Yeah.
do.
Did you see Pogo News? Did you see Pogo News headline?
No?
GPI Player of the Year denied bracelet by WSOP rookie.
Nice, nice, nice. Well done. Hans in the chat asks, could you introduce him briefly, please? Do you want to do it?
What'd you say?
Someone asked me to introduce you, but I feel like you're probably better suited to, introduce yourself. Like, so whatever you want to say.
I'm a cash player. I used to play entities, but now I play cash. And then sometimes I travel to these live stops. And this time I went to Prague. And yeah, shipped the tournament.
Easy.
And what else is that to say?
That's
27 years old.
Before that score, like I think it was one of the last tournaments, if not the last of the series. Before that, like, did you cash anything, or was it Brick City? How was it going in the series?
Complete Brick City. I fired 6 bullets in some 1.5k,
Yeah.
which was like a much better tournament, way better. But I kept firing and kept bricking, and at the end I could like leverage with 10 BB, or I could register this 8k with 50 bigs or whatever. So I have already sold action for the 8k as well. So like, but if I were just like doing somewhat well in this 1.5k, I wouldn't even have played this 8k.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, nice, man. It
So
worked out.
yeah, like it's very funny because in the WSOP app, you could on the last day you could see your ICM value. I can't remember how many left we were, but not that many left, maybe like 13 left or something like that. And
Yeah.
I had average, and it said that my ICM value was like 112k. And usually when I'm in these spots, I've always been like number 8, number 9, number 11, or something like that. So I'm like used to get these places. So I was joking around with like, if someone wants to buy my ICM value, I would happily just sell it and get like the 112k.
Yeah.
Imagine it the first time if I were doing that, and I then went to ship it. Like how like annoying that would be.
Yeah. It's good you didn't, man. Worked
So,
out. And you had all of yourself, or like most? I know you said you
oh
sold some
no,
action.
yeah, I sold action. I kept more of myself than I normally would, but I still sold a lot for it.
Yeah.
Say exactly, but like I sold more than 50% of the action.
Okay. We have another guest joining, so I have to recall again. So just pick up in a second, okay?
Sure.
All right, it's ringing.
I'm not going to be playing in Vegas this summer because tax reasons. If I play outside of Europe or outside of like the EU, then I will have to pay taxes. So I'm not going to Vegas, unfortunately.
So still, you haven't decided to relocate, right?
No, I like bought an apartment here in Denmark. So
what, you can rent it?
yeah, but I like it so much here. I haven't been to a better city than the city I live in at the moment, like right now.
Yeah, Denmark is cool. I've been a couple times. It was really expensive though when I was there. I was I was shocked at the
Yeah, it
prices.
is. It is. For me, it wouldn't be tax free in the UK because they're
not part of Europe.
They're not in. Yeah, not anymore now.
They Brexited. Yo, what's up, Gonzo?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
All good, all good. How you been?
Yeah, not too bad.
You saw the semifinals matches?
Well, I just saw your message saying it was Crazy playing Paint, so I guess Jungle picked Llama.
Yeah, it's Kaki advised him to do so. Like we did a long call on Sunday, and I think Kaki was like telling him, "Oh, if you play Llama, like he might be willing to hop on the call, and then you guys can make content out of it. It would be fun and stuff." So we went for it.
Well, now if he loses, he can play in Kaki.
Yeah. I saw an interesting hand, or what looked like an interesting hand. We didn't have a showdown though. It's the one down on the stream at the bottom in the replay. Do you guys want to have a look?
Sure.
Actually, wait, give me a second. We might have one more guest. Everybody's in, man. Everybody wants on.
Yeah, I'm playing right now too, so I might be a little distracted.
How many tables?
2, but they're both heads up, so.
Okay.
It's kind of a wacky format. It's one big blind ante, so there's 2 big blinds dead in the middle to start. So
What is this? WSOP?
yeah, it's a little wacky.
What's up, Owen? Hello?
Hello? Hello? You hear me?
Oh, yeah. How's it going?
Sweet. It's going good. Going good.
Recovered from the weekends?
Dude, we got my girlfriend got a slushy machine, right? And
I like
we
the sound
threw
of
some
that.
like margarita. We threw some like margarita mix and like some daiquiris and stuff in there, making it more fucking deadly. We'd be in such a rough state because it's like doesn't taste that alcoholic. It's just like, oh, I'm having like a nice refreshing drink,
Yeah.
God, yeah, it's been a rough day. But like back in shape now. Just literally just been like lying down. I've got like this giant beanbag, been lying down on the beanbag all day, hungover, watching Rick and Morty. Solid day, to be honest. Solid day.
The best, for sure. Is it a slushy machine? Is like the glass container thing with the thing that spins in it? Is it?
Yeah, it's like I mean, like you know, like slushies, right? They're like these sort of like ice. They're sort of like half ice drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the same thing Johan's thinking of. It's like got like a little white spinny thing that's keeping.
It keeps it spinning
because it's cold. By spinning it, it keeps it from like freezing solid.
Yes, yeah. That's exactly it. Yeah, it's so good, but like, and got drinking a bit more than we meant to.
Actually, I googled slushy machines. I found some really cool ones.
Get
that sponsorship, man.
I think Coin needs to add a slushy machine to the prize pool right now. That's what I'm
hearing. Dude, yeah, I should rep for them.
Okay, there was an interesting hand, by the way, that I was going to bring up here. It's the one in the replay at the bottom of the stream.
Okay, let's go straight into it.
Yeah, I was trying to make a breakdown of it, but I'm like, nah, I'll wait for some experts to be honest. So,
No. Let's do the Johan breakdown first. Let's do the Johan breakdown first.
Okay, I didn't say much actually, but I'll tell you. Like, so
No, we'll ask you the questions. Let's do it.
no. So it's single raise
Yeah,
pots.
come on.
It's single raise pot, king queen 8 rainbow. He overbets and paint calls.
Oh, what do you think of that? What do you think of this sizing, Jan? What's your opinion here?
Well, I think it's like it already exists in ring, right? Like in button versus big blind, it's like overbet or check on this type of board with like high, low. I think, isn't it? And then,
Yeah, it can be one of the options. Yeah. You can like get a little bit polar, you know.
yeah. So
Especially,
obviously,
especially in heads up, like the 8 is kind of the big blind's card. So it's kind of nice to play. If you play small sizes, you're sort of like playing to the big blind's card. But if you play big sizes, and you're already like, if they have an 8, they already hate life on the flop.
okay. So king on the turn, and paint checks, and KraciFisk bets spots this time. You know, like what I don't understand about this is like he overbets the flop, so I expect an overbet on the turn, but this time he goes spots. What does that mean?
But the top paired, the top card paired, right?
So isn't it better for him?
Well, but think about big blind.
Yeah.
You know, big blind has to fold a lot versus the overbet, right? So
Yeah.
they have a lot more concentration of like top pair now, right? So you can't just continue overbetting. Also, the pot's already quite large, right? So
like the thing is that when the top card pairs, it means that a lot of Kraci's value gets stronger. It either becomes invulnerable or becomes like even better. But a lot of it gets blocked by the board. Also, so sometimes what happens is that like board pairs can like turn, like they can reduce the size even though they make the hand stronger, just because 2 kings on the board, then a king in hand for paint, you're kind of already like you want to keep the bluff catching range wider than a king, at least on the turn.
Yeah, and there's also like weird blocker things that happen on trips boards like this, where if you go too big, right, you can just end up concentrating paint's range a little too much towards the trips portion.
Yeah, and it's really hard to make trips an indifferent catcher because it's like going to naturally just block so much of the value range. But you know, with a lot of Kraci's range is just going to want to get all in. I think continuing to overbet here is fine. I tend to slightly size down here, but it's like I think just continuing to go geometric, especially if you were deeper. I could definitely see, like if you were deeper, I could see merits to having really big overbets because you're going to have a lot of boats here. When you go this big on the flop, and so you could just be like a king is not like you could just be like,
if you're deeper, you can actually start to make his king X indifferent, I guess, right? Like
yeah, that's what I mean. We don't have enough SPR here. So,
you could start to leverage the ace king plus portion of your range.
I mean, especially the pocket queens and pocket 8s are really nice to go bigger because a king X does have outs against you. And it's also not blocking pocket queens and pocket 8s.
Right.
So with those ones, it's really nice to actually start targeting a king. Whereas a hand like king queen or king 8 or like even ace king, you're like blocking those hands, and like you kind of need some weaker stuff to flick in.
Actually, I have a question as like, I mean, for me, I experience this type of hands occasionally, but in ring, and then that would be mostly like big blind against button. And then when I have like, say like Jack 10, say without the flush draw on the turn, I never really know how to play. Like already against the overbet, I'm kind of uncomfortable because most people in my pool are like super nitty, and then overbets are like only the nuts. But occasionally there's like a 22, 18, 12 somehow, like the only pro player in the pool. You know, he maybe has like over 40% ATS, which literally doesn't exist either.
I would say even a pro player at those stakes is very unlikely to. Well, either they're just going to overbet everything because they think it's overfolded, which sometimes you'll see that sort of exploit, or they're probably just under bluffing it because a lot of the hands which you want to overbet with are not very intuitive.
Okay.
Like it's kind of easy to find an overbet with a strong draw, but like there's a lot of other stuff as well which they'll just miss.
Okay. So, but with Jack 10 specifically, I just kind of like shackled to this Most check call
you
flop,
have to
sometimes check call.
have to call the flop,
Yeah.
like because the flop, even if they only ever have a value hand, it's just like, well, if they only ever have value, that means we have such good implied odds if we hit.
Okay. Yeah.
And then on the turn, it sort of depends on the size. When the board pairs, though, the implied odds with Jack 10 go down a lot because a lot of the time when you boat, when you hit a straight, they boat up, or like they already had a boat. So yeah, that's a bit rough.
Okay, and then so in this case, Paint checks the river and KraciFisk jams, and that's where I was. I narrated the whole hand, and on the river, I was like trying to ask chat. I'm like, what do you guys think KraciFisk might do this with? Obviously, or like what king would be strong enough to do this? Obviously, he's gonna do this with a full house, and then what bluffs are we talking about here? That might do this.
The thing is, when you start the hand so polar, you don't have that high betting frequency already on the flop with like a bad king. You'll have some of them, but when you're like overbetting the flop, you don't often overbet a king without a good kicker. So it's kind of like most of the flop value range is just going to be strong enough to keep barreling through here. You're going to have like a few. You'll mix in some weaker ones. But for the most part, you can just like the core of the range on the flop is like king 10 plus, like maybe king 9, and all those hands will be strong enough to stack off on this run out.
Okay. So like from king 7, he might not jam the river.
But like you're
but
saying, you just don't really overbet king 7 a lot on the flop to begin with.
Okay.
Yeah. The thing about having when you have a kicker below the 8 is there's quite a lot of runouts where your kicker won't play. So building like this, because when you build these big pots, a lot of the value you're getting is just having a better top pair than them. And like even when the board pairs or when there's a jack, a 10, or a 9 on the board, you're just not going to have like the kicker's not going to be playing. So it's mostly like king 7 minus is not going to see bet that often. You're going to want to have like the king 9 plus so that you have the kicker playing on like the majority of runouts.
Yeah. And so like what the bluffs? What are some bluffs that you think are intuitive or even counterintuitive here for KraciFisk?
This is mostly going to be quite hard bluffs for people to find, I think. Like you just rocket off a bunch of very spewy hands. There's not like you can obviously bluff off like 10-9 off here or whatever, but you have to bluff off like heads up at least. You have to bluff off some very unintuitive hands here, just like random air, just being like whatever, like because the draws are just pretty like the draws are pretty good check back hands. Like you're not going to want to bluff off ace jack or ace 10 here, And a hand like Jack 10, yes, it's fine to bluff it off, but you're going to be blocking their Jack 10. So it's like, which is the main hand you want them to have on the turn at least? I mean, on the turn it's close. Does Jack 10 continue turn? Maybe not, actually. Yeah, when the board pairs. But yeah, I don't know. You can kind of bluff off anything in heads up. Like you can just rock it off whatever the fuck you want. You
heard it here first, guys. Combo selection does not matter. Heads up, you can just.
It's genuinely true. Like the sim will have 10-9 in there. It will also have like random it'll have like random 6-5 of diamonds or some shit. Like will be in there sometimes.
Yeah, and if you want to hack, like just have a deuce in your hand. It's probably fine.
Yeah. Having a deuce. I mean, this might be the one spot where you don't want a deuce though, because oh no, actually, no. He does 2.3x pre. I was gonna say, depending on like king deuce might be like mixed continue pre, depending on sizing. But no, 2.3x is always no. Deuce is the nuts. Forget what I said.
How do you not overdo it then? Because like from what you're saying, it sounds like just basically like do whatever you want. So then I might just bluff everything here and then just be like way overdoing it.
Well, yeah, no, that's the thing. You kind of like that's kind of the fun thing about heads up is. In heads up, it's really easy to overbluff. Because you kind of can just take anything and rock off a stack. In 6 max, it's harder because you just have less trash. But heads up, you have so many shitty hands that you can it's way easier to, if you just think the guy's going to fold, you've got way more hands to fuck with them. Whereas in 6-max you tend to have like a lot less of the trashy stuff just because you don't open it. I mean, maybe you have a fair bit on the button, but like especially from the low jack, it's like you have to work pretty hard to bluff. Like you have to do, take a lot of stuff. But yeah, you can kind of take anything, bluff whatever the fuck you want.
And Hans Stumpf in the chat asks, what is the weakest hand we call on the flop here?
I mean, all of your board pairs are going to be indifferent, right? Like your 8x is going to be indifferent. So you say the weakest hand you call. I mean, it's not like a clear threshold. It's just going to mix some of those indifferent hands.
Yeah, I mean, there are some preferences there, but yeah, like.
I mean, having a backdoor obviously is going to be a preference, right? Or like
you'd rather have an 8 deuce than like
to the 8. Having an overcard to the 8 is probably a preference.
Like you'd rather have the 8 which gets there on like a clean 2 pair, than like you don't like, you'd rather have 8 deuce or ace 8 than like jack 8, 10 8, 9 8. Those ones are a bit more. Yeah. Also, backdoors are nice. I mean, also a queen is just better than an 8 because sometimes they have 1 overcard to your 8. I guess that's like, yeah. But like the size is basically designed to just make an 8 close. So the good 8s will be in there all the time, bad 8s will be in there never, and then there'll be like a few 8, like, some which are harder to distinguish and they're sort of mixed.
We got a question in the chat. Dynamuter asked, can maybe one of the crushers explain in simple terms what's making a king indifferent means in practice? I know it means calling it is 0 EV, but I don't fully understand why we want to do that.
Well, like if you had enough of like basically so if you have enough of a stack depth behind, then you start like, okay, this is a bit of a long lecture, but essentially there's like different hand classes are like different hand classes are voting for different sizing schemes, and the nuts always want to put in the money geometrically. But like if you're really deep, the difference between potting the turn and going geometric is quite a big difference in sizes. So say we're like 200 big blinds deep, and then geometric on the turn is like, I don't know, it's like 200 and something percent. Then those hands like queens and 8s will actually kind of be like, oh, we don't really want to play this non-geo size because we're going to like this size up because we're trying to get all the money in, and getting all the money in geometrically is more efficient. Whereas like when you're less deep, the difference between the geometric size and like pot is smaller, so they're like less inclined to play the different size. And the thing is, when you play the super pot, like when you play the smaller size, you're making the queen X hand class indifferent. But then like if you think about it, if you play like pot, you're making queen X indifferent. If you're playing like 110% pot, you're still making queen X indifferent. And then there's like a barrier you have to get over where you have to, if you want to make a king indifferent, you have to get over a certain amount of money going into the pot. And the geometric sizing on the turn doesn't make a king indifferent. It just like keeps reducing the amount of queen X which need to call until like you get to a point where it's basically all the king X is calling for plus EV, and then the queen X is just 99% folding. If that like you want to make a wide range of you want to make a wide class of hands indifferent in your opponent's range. But then if you go way past that and you're actually making a king indifferent, you're making all those hands worth 0 EV. Basically, whilst the hand is calling for plus EV, it's generating EV for the other side. You don't have to make a hand fold necessarily. If you make a hand worth 0 EV, they lose the pot in the long run. I hope that makes some sense. Like I'm trying to do like what is like at least a half-hour explanation in like 2 minutes. But,
the question that broke Owen, we found it.
Sorry?
The question that broke Owen, we found it.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to speedrun it. It's like kind of a difficult one.
And Sao185 in the chat said, I don't know, I'm not sure of the phrasing, but he said, can you ask a list of 8 bet size I could set it up that he has so I can have the same as him? I think he meant for me to ask you about this.
I mean, I mostly use in like increments of 25. I mean, sometimes exceptions to that. That you know, sometimes there's like a B66 thrown in or whatever instead of a B75. But for the most part, that's what I'd use. That gives you like that basically covers all the sizes. Anything more? I mean, a lot of people love a B40 these days instead of a half pot. That's true. You know, Solver loves a B40, but I'm a half pot enjoyer.
And Kratar asks, Johan, do you think one could implement forced 100% button openings last 250 hands to try to avoid people locking in a win? Well, I'm not the one to ask because I'm not playing in this, but curious what you guys think.
I mean, I think people feel like someone locking up the win is a problem when it's not really. Like there's like a line to get over to secure the dub. I personally don't think you get rake back. If you lose your match, you get rake back of them folding out, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, winning the match, sure, it's worth some EV, but you don't get, there's no immediate side bet. I guess in the semis, there's a little bit more, like you lock up at least, what is it, 50,000 or something. So there's a little bit more actual money you win, but yeah, I mean, you have to sacrifice real money to earn that if you're going to fold it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think people can fold out from quite a lot earlier in the semis.
Right, because you're actually winning some guaranteed EV.
Yeah, although actually I had to think about it. The EV of getting through to the quarters was what, 45k, or like getting through to the semis was 45k, and then what's the like? What's
75k to get to the
payout
finals, right? It's 100 and then 50, so it's like.
Yeah, and then 0 or 30 for coming last or third, right?
Yeah, so it's
30K
75k versus 15k, so it's a difference of.
Okay, so there's 60k. It's not that big a difference, actually.
Yeah.
Well, but the difference is in the group stages, folding out to win one match didn't necessarily guarantee you going through the semis. You had 2 matches to play. Right, whereas this is your only opponent and you're guaranteed to go through in this case.
Yeah, well, I mean, but then it was still the EV of getting through to the quarter. Of getting through to the semis. I keep saying quarter. Was 45k, right? Whereas this is like.
Right. All I'm saying is like the difference here is it's a 1v1, and like so folding out does guarantee you going through, whereas in the other case, like it wasn't necessarily the case that you would.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Because there's two other matches to play. You versus the other opponent, and the other opponent versus the one you just beat. Right. So like, I mean, depending on the scenario, like Llama was clearly in a scenario versus Crab where he could fold out and obviously was guaranteed to go through. But it wasn't necessarily the case that would happen.
PTSD, do you have a take on this? I don't know if you watched the end of the Mid-Stakes Championship, but we also had a scenario where one when Softflop was ahead, so he was kind of sitting out. So what do you think about the end of those challenges and players? Actually, yeah, it was brought up in the Mid-Stakes. That's in the previous.
Zero opinion. I just have nothing to say.
All right. All good. Rock Turina asked about
like in general, these kind of things, I'm so bad at it. Like I just tend to play.
Yeah. All good.
Yeah, I mean, in the scenario with one win some flop, like yeah, he had a big lead, so obviously he's like, why wouldn't he sit out?
Yeah, no, makes sense.
I think it's always just like, I think you can design a competition however you want, and then once the competition's underway, just expect people to like play to max EV. I don't know. Like, I feel like if you want a different result, you should design it in a bit of a different way. But I don't know. We were trying to like okay, people might disagree about this, but I think the end of the Galfond challenge against Benividi was fucking hype. I think when they were,
but the last time here where you were like with Belusin, that was also pretty intense, right?
Yeah. That was a lot. Like that was genuinely a lot of fun to play. It was stressful as fuck, but like having this weird thing where you're like you just pull ahead and then you set out to watch, and yeah, it's quite like it's very interesting.
Yeah, but there was also something cool about the first high stakes championship where you and Rigged agreed to play a certain amount of hands every day, no matter who was like how far ahead. Which, thinking back on it, is kind of funny because Rigged probably planned on playing 20k hands a day anyway, so he was like, that's light work.
Well, I mean, I think on the last day, it's like it does change things. I mean, yeah, it's like it depends. I feel like obviously, if people negotiate that, it's cool. But like, I don't think it's bad if they don't want to. And I think especially in this heads up one, it's very much like a match scenario. So I think if someone has the match locked up, it's quite reasonable to expect them, like, because you can force them to play post, but then it's just like, oh, well, they have to min raise on the button, but then they will just fold out at a different point when they can min raise fold to the win. Like, you can't force them to not play post in a way to try and make sure they lock up the win.
Yeah,
I just think I just think it's the nature of that.
I think
a lot of people have this idea that these need to be very pure heads-up matches, but it's like we have so much of that, and this is kind of a little bit of a different thing. Like there is pure heads-up at the start, and then at the end it has like this sort of interesting finish to it where people are trying to people are seeing if they can close out. But it's like like me, Linus, Kraci, I mean Clicker as well, and a few others have been playing a ton on Coin. And we, there's plenty of that like regular heads-up content for people to consume, and this is a bit different. It's a bit more excitement, bit more, bit more variance, right? Just to make it like, provide a bit of drama.
Yeah. Someone asked about the standings. So the groups concluded last Sunday, and the 4 players to advance were KraciFisk, Jungle, Llama, and Paint. And so because Jungle advanced in first, he got to pick who he faced in the semis, and there was a very long call with Kaki on Sunday, and Kaki, I think, he kind of talked him into it. He told him, oh, it would be very fun if you play against Llama, like you guys maybe could get on the call and do some content around it. And Jungle went for it. He picked Llama, so that means KraciFisk is with Paint now.
Yeah, he was DMing me about it over who he should pick. He was like kind of on the fence. But yeah, it'll be an interesting match for sure.
So they're gonna hop on a call and like talk while playing.
We'll see. We'll see. I feel like there's a decent chance they do.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
By the way, Owen, did you congratulate PTSD yet?
Or what specifically?
A bracelet, bro. I sent you.
Yeah. No, yeah. I definitely did on the bracelet. Yeah. Was following along with that.
What do you think if somebody asks for the time at a club in a late night? Might the bracelet come out? I mean, it's not quite the time, but
but they ask for the time, and it's just like, oh, let me check my watch. Wait, no, it's a bracelet. Smooth.
Just shiny from there, lighting up the room.
It's like when my buddy used to get pulled over for speeding, and the cop would ask for his ID, and he would pull out his wallet, and he had it set up such that when he flipped his wallet open to get his ID out, it flashed his military ID on the other side.
Oh yeah.
It's like he just never got a ticket.
That's like 90% of the reason to be in the military, I reckon. Like
yeah, you just never get a speeding ticket.
Keller in the chat asked, what do you guys think about Paint min raising right now? What could be the reason?
Paint plays like 20 different pre-flop sizes. He has a min raise, he has a 2.3, a 2.6, a 2.8, and occasionally a 3.5. I don't know. Never something which I've tried to do. I briefly played against Kevin Pack when he was doing this. Steffi used to do this back in the day. Although apparently I'm not supposed to call him Steffi. I saw a comment on one vid. Sometimes where it goes just like, It's very rude. He calls him Steffi if they're not on like a first name term. It's like what we call like everyone gets like everyone's like I call Limitless Limmy. Like it's not like. But anyway, yeah, just an interesting piece of hate to get.
Like, is that a girl name? Steffi?
I guess. I don't know.
Steffi
I mean,
Graf,
I just
right?
it was what Clicky called him, and I kind of picked it up off of him because Clicky would be like, I don't know, he just called him Steffi. So
I don't know. I mean, we got limited time here. We got to save the syllables, man. Can't waste our time with all those syllables.
Also, it's more friendly. It's more friendly.
Has anyone seen him play recently since the
Steffi?
Mistakes Championship? I feel like
No, I don't think so.
disappeared.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Vasca Boy. Who knows? Since we still don't know who that was.
Maybe.
If so, he's Vasca didn't play very Steffi like. If that was him,
He's learned discipline.
There was a question for Gonzo as well. Armbar asked Gonzo, how do you adjust with one big blind ante?
You make it up. I mean, everyone's like, I don't know. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing here. You played these tables, Owen? The Phil Nagy tables, where it's one big blind ante per person.
Oh, per person, so it's like 6 BB.
Yeah, it plays massive.
I played that in the first time I ever played that format was the biggest game I've ever played in my life.
Well, they also have deep buy-in, so you can buy in up to 500 big blinds.
Yeah, I mean you should be able to on those. Like
yeah, so it's
very
it's
different.
just massive.
Yeah, I played a little bit of that format. It's quite fun. It's kind of wild how wide you have to play pre.
Yeah, I mean, if you're asking for an actual adjustment, the adjustment is just like play fucking wide, man.
You open bigger.
Stack or something?
Yeah, you do open bigger.
Well, you do a lot of limping.
You can
do a lot of
limping. Or you just have agreements to whatever, to not limp and just open your range. But yeah, I mean, it's fun because I think everyone's just kind of making it up too. So that, it's a little more of that Wild West poker.
Yeah. Oh, do you mean like playing it heads up or playing it as like full ring?
Well, there were some ring games going. Phil was playing the other day, and so there were actual like 6-max games going. But right now, currently, I'm playing it heads up.
Yeah, those 2BB total ante is quite a wild format. I mean, I was I played a bit of that format, and every time you think something is close, it's probably not close, and you should be like, it's probably like a very, very printing call or whatever. Like, or it's like anytime you have a value bet and you're on the bench,
in every spot,
it's like slam dunk. Yeah, it's like it's 100% range, like V-pipping, and then the other person ISOs super wide to try and pick up the pot. It's kind of nuts. I've done quite well in those formats, despite not having like really studied them. Though, I think it's just kind of. I think I've looked a little bit. You look a little bit at sim, and it's like, oh, so I just have to be like a complete fucking psycho, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, basically.
That's my general adjustment to them. It's like you have to bluff so much more than you think because you're going so like razor thin, and it's like it's very easy for someone to just let you run them over.
Well, and it's like in most spots, like, okay, all three options are on the table, but here, okay, we're removing the folding option. Okay, so we got two options in most spots. And so
yeah. Let's see this paint 4-bet pot hand.
Which side was it?
Wait. What happened there? It was on the right-hand table. What went on? So,
Bringing it up.
okay, Krasi 4 bets.
1 sec.
This is, I mean,
Oh, you have the table open too? Oh, you went back on the VOD.
yeah.
So it's Ace King on the button for KraciFisk. And Paint 3 bets to 12. They're a little bit deeper than 100 bigs. Krasi goes 26. Paint makes the call. Flops bottom pair.
We're gonna have to run this one.
Street poker.
This is
Quarter pot size bets. He check raises, and Krasi sends it. 62% with 7-5 suited. The dream.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I feel like because he tanked when he got jammed on, so I think he check raised, and then didn't really think the jam was coming, and then sort of slowly realized he'd priced himself in. Because usually in those spots, once you check raise and get jammed on, you're supposed to like, you don't really have close hands, if you know what I mean. Like it's kind of supposed to be like, if it was close, you shouldn't have raised.
Yeah.
That's not entirely like, you know, there's some exceptions to that, but
we got Hajab in the chat. What's up, dude? He says, I think Prodigy played a similar one versus jungle, ace 5 versus aces.
That was a bit different. That was like c-bet and then got an overcard turn and then shoved the turn as like sort of a mergy play, also sort of just a bluff because I got a really good turn. This is kind of this is a fair bit different in my opinion.
Is this a 4-bet pot?
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. I mean, I guess yeah. He check raise. I feel like when you check raise this big, you just run it. But like, oh god. Yeah. When you check raise this big, you just run it. Interesting. Sim likes this size check raise as well. I would have gone for the check min raise. Learning on stream.
He did. It was against quarter, and he went a little bit bigger than min. How big? Oh, 4K.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it's like once you check raise, you're kind of you're priced in. It's quite a plus EV call.
Yeah.
I'm surprised when there was only 4K behind that he was like very hesitant. I mean, if you min raise and you've actually like it actually feels kind of like, oh god, wait, am I getting priced? But for this, it's like, I think you just even have the like. I feel like for this, he can show you aces, and you have the price to call off. Like right, like because I don't think he's gonna jam a set. Like he probably, well, maybe he's on like, but like whatever. That's not the point. I'm gonna get out the dodgy equity calculator. I want to see if he can show you aces, and you've still got to run it.
Hans asked who of the top heads up no limit players were missing in this tournament. I think we went over it a bunch of times, right? Gonzo, was there anyone in particular that stood out for you? He's muted? I guess not.
Rip.
You, Owen?
I mean, Barry's the only obvious name. Well, I mean, actually, I say the only obvious name. I was kind of confused by Yassam not playing. Yassam's been playing a lot of heads up against some very high level opponents this year. Like, I would say this field is like probably slightly easier than the level of people he's been. I don't know exactly who's been playing, but he's been playing basically everyone.
Yeah.
So I mean, he hasn't been playing like Linus and Flushy. Other than that, I think Yassam's been playing everyone.
But do you think he's doing well in all those matches?
I think he's very, very good player. I mean, I kind of like joke around and sort of clown him a bit in chat, and so he does the same to me. But I think he's very good.
Yeah, but then don't you think there's a factor of like not wanting to show like how well you can do? I was thinking about this today. Like obviously it's a bit of
I get in trouble for I get in trouble sometimes for I sometimes get in trouble for being complimentary of people's games. So whenever I get asked how good someone is, I'm always in like a weird spot where it's like you don't like if you shit on them, obviously people don't like it, but also if you say good things about them, you cost them action.
Yeah.
And like it feels kind of weird. I feel like people know that Yasam's good though. Do you know? Like he's been around a long time. He is kind of playing everyone. People know he's a solid player. But like I have had people like complain to me. They just be like, "Why are you saying I'm fucking good? You're gonna kill my action." I'm sorry.
But like the opposite can be true also, right? Like obviously it's like very tinfoil hat, right? But like you know how these players, they go on stream games in the US and they just straight up punt. Like Alan Kidding's going all in pre-flop 7 deuce off. Like what's the incentive for Linus to show up in this challenge and just crush everyone? Like there isn't really any, right? So obviously,
Yoan, I can confirm that's why I lost a llama. I was definitely advertising.
This is actually
you just absolutely nailed it.
K-Rab is going to get so much action. Flushy, everybody wants to play Flushy and Liners now.
Everyone just misclick 4-betting as K-Rab to get into the lines where he's misplaying.
Flushy lost the most binds. He's going to get infinite actions. He's washed. There you go. He's going to just cook. A small investment to make. Oh, it's very interesting though, right? To think about this.
Yeah, I mean, I think like in this particular format, there's so few hands. Like it's basically a weighted coin flip anyway, so it's not like you have to. I don't think anybody's like looking at the results and saying, "Oh, you know, this means so and so is better than this other player for sure," right? So like, I think everyone's just playing and.
No, I'm sure that I'm both washed up and also better than Clicker. I want these to be on record.
Sorry, I shouldn't have been so absolutist that nobody.
No. I think when you say that not anyone's saying that, please, like.
Well, so have you listened? Have you listened to the llama streams?
Oh my god, Jesus Christ!
There certainly is. No, I mean, but as far as like costing action, I don't know. I think part of it is like there's some fun in the actual competition of it, right? People like it's one thing to go and play against fish or whatever, but like there's something fun about actual competition. And then
100%.
And yeah, I don't think there's anything that's like people see the results of this and all of a sudden be like, oh my god, Linus is good at poker. Like, what the fuck? I'm not playing him.
I have a question. Have you thought about making this challenge in some kind of Zoom way where everyone just gets to play everyone, and like you just, when you're done with the hand, you get a new opponent, and then everyone has to play, let's say, 10k hands or 15k hands or whatever.
It's been brought up before, but I don't think the software can like support that just yet. And then some players had some pretty big objections.
Scheduling issues would be a problem, right? And then like, do you force people to play a certain amount of hands versus a certain amount of players? Otherwise, you could get like bum hunting type issues and stuff.
I think, yeah. I mean, the Zoom idea is interesting. I think it would have been easier to get people to sign up to the challenge if it was a Zoom pool. Just because, like, then there's like less pressure, you know. I think it kind of scares people of just being like signing up to a certain amount of hands, even though objectively the amount of hands is not that many, you know. Yeah, it's like even if you're losing at 10 BB per 100 to someone, it's like you're not that screwed. You're like, if you get like the nut low draw against someone who's crushing you, it's still like 1800 hands, whatever. So yeah, I think a Zoom pool could have solved that, but yeah, like the bum hunting stuff is kind of weird, and it always like it rewards like soft skills in a way. Just like, and by soft skills I mean like having a group chat of people being like, this guy's online, come play. So yeah, I don't know.
But also, like,
I feel
just
like
scheduling is tough there too, right? Like is Zoom? Well, I guess it's just basically what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, as far as like when you're around to play for the Zoom pool and whatnot,
And KN said, "Hey, thanks to Prodigy for his analysis, especially in both Cash Game World Champs. I learned a lot from him."
Oh, no worries, dude. You're welcome.
Jay asked, can any of you guys explain how to calculate your hand versus a range and how it's plus EV to call? And explain how you create a number for range. Like, how do you find your hand's value versus a range?
okay.
Before this question, I'm gonna leave.
Are you off?
How long do we have?
Yeah, it's one of those questions. You know, sometimes people ask questions which they don't realize because they think if they are when they're asking the question like, "Oh, if I get the answer to this, it'll be so helpful." But what they're really asking and they don't realize is, "How do I play good poker?"
So what's the answer? What's the answer?
Yeah, that's quite. I think this happens so often where someone like asks this kind of question and they don't realize what they're asking, and it's like, yeah, that's why when it's like, how long do you have? Because it's like, oh well, you know.
Well, when you're asking how do you calculate your hand versus a range, the first step in that is properly ranging your opponent, right? Like, which is a pretty
yeah.
Like, that's pretty damn important.
Sao says, "Is Owen Messer the true Owen in chat?" Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
Are we sure? Are we sure about that?
maybe. Oh my god, this guy's literally building a tree to crush me. I should stop answering. He's like, in six packs, you use what sizes exactly? Stop answering questions.
It's like Linus Incognito with a mustache and a hat.
I mean, the thing is about this stuff, I'm quite temperamental about what sizes I use. So, like, I'll say this stuff, and then they'll just be like, and then you use the different size here. Also, I use like a lot of like 3x pot and stuff, and you know, but then sometimes I'll use like B250 instead of 3x pot, just because like that's the mood I'm in that day. Like, I don't know.
Owen, you wanted to talk more about this hand, right? You said you were going to look up something, or are we good with it?
I just wanted to see. I was basically wondering because it felt like a very marginal call off, and I was wondering if you're supposed to check raise this sort of hand. Just because it felt like you kind of have to call off, but for very little EV. But it's just fine. If you're deeper, it's a bit of a problem, and you should make sure you have a backdoor. But like at 100 BB, apparently just check raise get in when this is fine. And I'm learning something because I would have just called this one, and I would have been like, okay, if we want to check raise because we are calling off when they jam, I would have just taken like a backdoor, just for like a little bit extra equity to make sure it's generating EV as a call. But no. It did well. Got it in ahead against Ace King. Secured some EV. Nice hand.
Do you think he's like doing this like a 100% frequency? Like, do you think he's like kind of exploiting here or something?
I mean, hard to say. I don't like. Sometimes I think of stuff as like that. So I think having exploitive reads is very valuable. I think trying to force them when all you have is sort of like a puzzle piece can like is very dangerous.
Well, so it's also, like, I mean, this is the first match, right? Like they're quite early in there. There's like the meta is still building at this point.
I mean, people can have sort of like they can have these exploits that they just sort of run on pop though. Like there are some people who. Because like there are some things which you see, you must see this where someone does something clearly exploitive, and you're just like, that can't be good against me. Like,
yeah. No, and to be honest, sometimes you see it and you can figure out quite quickly. Okay, I know what their assumption must be here.
Yeah.
But that's wrong against me or something.
Yeah. And like sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad idea, but it's just like they're just doing it a bit 'It's like, okay, I see why you run this against pop, but like maybe like, you know, like, I don't know, maybe consider exactly who you run it against. But then there are people who will do that if it works. And yeah,
there's a couple people I've seen who I know for a fact run, sort of population type exploits. Let's say, it's not like your typical MDA necessarily, but let's, for lack of a better term, like sort of MDA population type style.
Yeah,
and I'll see some hands from them, and I'll be like, okay, this is bad versus me for sure, based on how I was playing this. And then I look at him like, and to be honest, I can't even see how this would be good against population. like I'm not seeing this from any angle. Those are the ones that make me laugh the most.
It's so funny how like eventually you get to this level of self-confidence when you've been playing high stakes for long enough. That you can look at a hand like that and have that kind of confidence. But when you first, oh my god, I'm loving the fire stuff. I just saw this on screen that you had with the but like when you first play high stakes, you'll see a hand like that, and like the fear that you feel where you're just like, what the fuck are they doing? Like this must be so good, or like you like it's so easy to get in your own head. But then like when you play like. You get to a certain point and you see someone do something dumb and like you're confident enough to call it dumb. Because like everyone at high stakes does dumb shit all the time. But it's like when you're first playing, you just have this paranoia of just being like, what does he know that I don't? And it's like sometimes their ideas are as bad as they look. Like obviously more often than not they're doing something good, but like there's a lot of dumb shit in there too.
There was another.
On that note, I'll leave.
All right. Thanks for dropping by, mate. See you later.
See you guys.
See you, man.
Oh, damn. I forgot to ask about shoutouts. We probably missed out.
Oh, wait. You reminded me, actually. I need to get on my shout-out game.
Start writing something. Talk with ChatGPT. It's going to help you.
Oh, wait. I know who I'm shouting out.
All right. There was another big hand, by the way. I'll bring it up now. That looked pretty interesting.
Was this the fire one?
Yes, sir.
I just saw it on like for some reason my YouTube
probably way behind. Yeah, I think use Twitch.
No, I think it's because I was like pausing it to look for a hand, and then like the Twitch one is fine.
Yeah. So we got ace-10 offsuit on the button for KraciFisk. He opens. He gets 3 bets. He makes the call. Paint has ace-queen offsuit. Trips on the flop for KraciFisk.
Oh.
And paints. It's a little fast. I think he bets small, right?
Looked like he B40, I think. Or was it B30? B30. Okay, yeah.
B30, hang on.
Yeah, B30. Okay.
And KraciFisk,
I know my boy's buttons.
KraciFisk just calls.
Well, he's got 42 of them, so it's hard to memorize. So.
Well, he only gets 4 in the client, so you start to realize when it's like, oh, this one's the one which comes in which isn't rounded.
Yeah.
We get a 7 of diamonds on the turn, and paints this time is going to check. And KraciFisk fires 2,500. Does that seem a little big? Like, because he could have done a little bit smaller and it still would be
Oh, actually, yeah. The Prodigy School of always bet small with the nuts disagrees.
True.
And also, it kind of feels like he has everything, right? He has a 10 and he has the ace of diamonds. So it's like, well, I guess he's hoping paint has spades.
Funnily enough, I would prefer a little bit of a smaller size. Just because there's a lot of hands which you want to be able to at least consider bet for protection. Whereas this is getting a bit on the bigger side. I mean, I guess you could bet like pocket 4s or 3x of diamonds for this, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I would prefer a bit more of a half pot so that those hands are more reasonable.
I think half pot is kind of like what I would call the quote unquote standard size here, what I would expect to see.
Yeah.
It seems totally.
Kraci likes his B66 though. He's a big fan of that bond.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah, personal preference.
And if you paint here, what does this hand become for you? Because essentially you have ace queen, you barrel without a pair. You just have high cards, and on the turn he doesn't have a flush draw, but he blocks flush draw.
On the flop, your hand is quite strong.
Okay.
Like the board is completely bricked. You have showdown. You have very dominating high cards as well. So like even if as long as, on the flop, as long as Krasi doesn't have trips, you're doing fine. You know, against every hand other than trips, you've got like the ace for backdoor spades, you've got 2 overcards, you've got some showdown. Like it's only trips which has you fucked. So you know, betting on the flop like makes a lot of sense here. Turn, like it does suck. Like this size up is actually, it's funny enough, we're talking about going smaller. This is the kind of size up which actually gets more annoying for the high cards to deal with, because you're getting a bit of a fair bit worse price to draw, and you also might be dead because it's a slightly more polar range. But you definitely can't go folding all your high cards here. Like tons of the range.
Having the spade as a diamond, he gets the clean pair outs on the river.
Yeah. When he hits top pair, it's like a very, very strong hand when you have like, but because it's weird. Like you're blocking some bluffs, but you don't want to like, if you hit top pair but diamonds come in or spades come in as well, like you didn't actually bink. You sort of like you improve to a better capture. But yeah, so
yeah. And so what ended up happening in this one?
So Paint calls.
I guess he calls down.
Oh, or does he get
River King of Diamonds and Krasi jams.
Yeah, this is he has such a nice cooldown hand.
Yeah, this is. I mean, the ace of spades is never bluffing. The queen of diamonds blocks value. And the interesting thing about heads up is because Krasi has all the offsuit broadways, right? You actually block the 10x when you block with the spade and the diamond, which is not the same as ring if you're used to ring or whatever. But yeah.
That is sick, man. Ace queen. I guess like is this the best feeling in the world if you call with ace queen here and you're right though?
Did Krasi just get another stack? I see he's at 53,000 now.
Let me see.
Oh my god.
Yeah, actually,
dirty sun runner.
Points wise, he's doing very good. He's 46 points in 332 hands. So if he stays at this
running
rate,
above EV. He's running above EV, so he's up more than this.
But not by a ton. Only by like half a buy-in above EV, right? Like because
but I'm just saying it's like it's even worse than it looks.
Yeah. Can you click on that hand history on that too? Oh wow, and they're in another big pot now too. Okay, can you click on the top right there, because I think you want another stack.
I don't see it. If you did, it's only like 2.4k, 7.6, 6.2.
How did he get to 53?
It's probably the
consistently crushing. That's how. I mean, in the hand history, it seems like he's winning.
54. It's probably the 7.6 was redline pot, and then like.
Okay, so it's just a couple like 3K, 4K.
Yeah.
And also, they've been playing a while. I think it's been gradually like increasing without necessarily winning like a ton of big pots.
Yeah, I saw 100. I saw him 100 big blinds more than in this hand history, so I assumed he just won another stack.
No, yeah, it was some 7K and 6K hands. Yeah. Some peeps in the chat were asking about what would you guys think about a 3-handed event with 8 groups? And someone mentioned 4-handed championship would be interesting.
I mean, I think doing the groups and having to schedule 3-handed would be very messy.
Yeah, scheduling heads up was hard enough. Scheduling 3 players at the same time. I mean, unless you do it like Europe versus USA, so that everyone's in the same time zone, maybe.
Yeah, you could. You could do it by time zone, but then, I mean, I'm always nocturnal, so can I play with the Americans, please?
Yeah, or maybe you just put in maybe before the draw, you put in your playing hours, and then they match up, like anonymously.
But I have to put in players' hours. I have to put my playing hours for 1 week and then my playing hours for the next, and then not the same.
And Jay followed up. He said, if you guys can try and answer any parts of that range calculation question or point me in the right direction, that would be appreciated, but no problem if you don't want to. Thanks, guys.
Dude, it's like, it's not, we don't like, it's such a hard question.
But
I mean, if
is
you're
there
just
like a
asking
first
about the
step?
actual mechanics, you
Yeah.
can get like equity calculators to actually calculate a hand versus range, like Equilab is the standard or whatever, right? If that's all you're asking,
It's free, right?
as opposed. But as far as like how to properly use the tools, that's the hard part.
Does he mean? I guess what he means is when we say you're getting the price to call off. Well, it's like, I mean, if you're just trying to like in the 7-5 hand, when we say, "Oh, he's getting the price," it's just. I mean, the easiest way to do it is sort of like pick the main value part of the range. Take how many outs you have against that, and then like work out your percent, and then add a few percent for how often you think you're up against the hand that you beat. Like, because sometimes you can be up against a 0 bluff range and just like have to run it.
You can kind of figure out, okay, what's my percent against the worst case scenario? What's and what's the most likely hands he's jamming here, right? So like, I guess figure out your percent versus the core of the jamming range of the value portion, like you said, and then just figure out like what are some of the other hands, and does that push the percentage up or down based on those other hands?
Equilab is free,
And
right?
I don't remember what the price was there. He was getting a pretty good price in that one too.
He needed 20%.
20, yeah. So like your threshold's gonna be quite low. It's gonna be pretty easy to get to 20%.
Yeah. Generally on the flop, it's quite hard not to hit 20%. Like you have to be in a really bad
because the hands that you would have less than 20% are not hands that are going to jam.
Yeah, you have to have like 9-8 or something. I think anything better than 9-8 or 10-8 on that board is going to have 20%.
Or maybe you could have like 6-3 of hearts on like 10-8-7 all diamonds. Like maybe that doesn't.
Oh yeah, that would be. That one might struggle.
The most tilting part about that hand is that I was gonna jam flop or turn, and I got greedy. I was like, no, I want all 100 big blinds. He's punting here. I want all of it. and I'm like, so I'm not gonna jam. And then he fucking binks the 300. I will say his river jam was pretty sharp though. That was
How much
nice.
was the river jam for? It's like 15%.
It was like 20% pot maybe left on the river. It was small.
Yeah.
It was just so tilting because
on average he has
I could have won the hand at any point if I was playing normal, but I wanted all of it. I wanted all 100.
Because the things I think on the turn he has like his average hand has 20% equity against you. So like clicking in for 20% pot to deny 20% equity is actually like plus EV. Even if you don't like account for like rivers at all.
Well, the difference is if he's going to punt it off with his complete air balls on the misses, right?
Yeah, but like if you're also getting stacked on the hits, I think that even like maybe it slightly favors it. I guess it's close. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously he was dusting, and I guess he's not giving up.
Yeah, I mean, especially if he because if he's jamming the 3 on the river, he thinks that I've shifted in with anything reasonable, right? So if he thinks I've already like sort of put in all of my quote unquote value hands on the turn, then it's kind of just like he's planning to ship it on the river. But maybe he thinks I'm always calling ace king, so then he doesn't. So yeah, I don't know.
I feel like it. Yeah, I mean, you only shove that if he thinks you're caught. Well, I mean, it's also there's so little money behind.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if he thinks I'm going to call or fold. If he thinks I just don't have better hands in range, right? Which is more for the value portion, right? Value shoving the 3, he just doesn't think I have. So that doesn't necessarily mean he thought I was always calling. It just means he doesn't. He thinks he's a free rolling the jam.
I think Krasi stacked him again. What's going on?
Oh my god, yeah. Ay.
Johan, where's Johan? Have you run off?
No. I'm listening.
Okay, good.
Let's
you.
see what happened here.
I wanted
Oh my god, this is brutal. This is going to be
reload.
over in like.
It's the 7-5 suited again. Oh my god, this hand, man. Yeah, I wanted to try and reopen the hand that because you were talking about this one, but obviously I couldn't, unfortunately. But yeah, let's see this one. So 7-5 suited opens, Jacks 3 bets, we call, and we head to Queen 6 deuce. And I'm wondering, how does it go all in?
How does 7-5 end up winning this hand? Oh my god.
Check. Diamond draw on the turn, picked up for 7-5 suited.
Oh boy. Oh, and does he get the offsuit 8 on the river?
And Paint
that's
pots it. So yeah, gut shot plus flush draw for KraciFisk. He calls. Is there an option to jam on the turn the way this played, or is just
he doesn't the offsuit 8? Oh man.
Yeah. It's so brutal.
I mean, I will say that like and Paint as Jacks and like his most likely draw that Krasi hits here is the Jack 10. Like,
yeah, I don't think this is a. I think Jacks should. I think Jack should be. If it gets stacked here, is probably supposed to bet call it off rather than just put it in itself. On
yeah, like a block call would make sense here. I think
could even go like half pot call for the maximum pain as you get clicked in and go, are they ever bluffing here? Oh, how can I fold? Oh, the price, you know. I wonder. Yeah, I think this is the kind of hand where when you pop the turn with it, you can jam quite a few rivers, but I think
this one's not one of them.
It's really close though. It's really close. Having 2 jacks is nice.
Yeah, so he goes from 16 straight combos to 8 straight combos, but he also hits a lot of 2-pair with the 8, right? Like, or not a lot, but
it is interesting. It is interesting. I mean, yeah, I would be inclined to think that you can't jam the 8, but you could jam like basically like any other straight completing river.
Oh, did he jam it? Did you just rip it or what?
Yeah, I mean, this is what I was sort of anticipating was that he was.
Were
they like dead on the 100?
A little too connecting for the jam. Maybe it's fine. I don't know. I think a brick for sure you jam. I mean, Jacks is the nuts on a brick, but 8. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't hit that many 2-pairs. I guess. Because it's just 8-6 suited and 9-8 suited, and I guess he does hit like new 8x to bluff catch with his 8x of diamonds, his 8x of clubs, and like 8-7 suited to bluff catch with. So
they're not great catches though because they don't block much value.
No. This feels a little too thin to me, but I don't know. Maybe it's okay.
I think if it's a mistake, it's not a big one.
Would 10-7 of diamonds or
how big was the pot on the flop? It was okay.
So Krasi picks up 8 Jack 10 combos on the river, and then he has 10-7 of diamonds, 10-7 of clubs, 7-5 of diamonds, 7-5 of clubs. So he picks up. I mean, he still picks up 12 straights on the river. That's a decent amount of straights.
Yeah, I mean, I run the sim slightly shallower. Like so it would be an even bigger mistake, and it's already a pretty big mistake to jam. It's like it's 7 big blinds.
It's not like Krasi's devoid of queen X here either. Like he can have a queen.
Yeah. It's not like I think there might be some missed pattern because a queen high board is not a board where you just rush to get in top pair. Like, okay, it's not an ace high board where everyone's super patient with it, but like, you know, it's like checking back top pair and not raising it on the turn. Very reasonable line, you know, like not a shock to see.
Yeah. This felt a little ambitious, but maybe he just felt like
I mean, he should be blocking and then like probably like calling off. Honestly, but like basically the same thing.
Block call is kind of a nice line with this hand.
Yeah, I mean, like he should really because Krasi shouldn't want to bluff the cards which Paint has in his hand because that's where Paint's main bluffs come from, right? When he pairs up so often, he's going to have to bluff miss flush draws himself.
Right.
So Yeah, I mean, okay, it's not a big deal in the sense that like the same thing is supposed to happen, but I think it
I'll
does
push
matter
back
how
on that
you
a
get
little
stacked.
because, like, I think how you get stacked is quite important
Yeah.
a lot of times.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
I
can't just say
agree.
like, oh, this was getting in no matter what. Like, the way the money goes in is quite important.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's kind of like, well, if you look at it on the bright side, he gets to learn from this hand for free because you get to make them like he makes the small mistake.
Right, you don't lose any actual money like in this one instance, and you learn from the
Well, you
mistakes.
do lose $11,000. Like
Well,
those are real.
you don't lose extra. Sorry, you don't lose extra money than you were going to lose in this. The results are the same.
Yeah.
You lose the same money you were going to lose, and you learn the lesson.
Yeah, yeah.
Does Kraci ever play a set like this? Like a check back flop and calls a pot size bet turn with 2 flush draws and some straight draws?
Probably,
Yeah, it's not impossible. It's not a big part of their range, but I wouldn't say it's impossible to be in there.
I mean, yeah, but pretty strong incentive to fast play them on the turn. Like you've got like I don't know, you've got a very strong hand which can easily. I mean, I don't know. Slow playing a set in 3-bet pot never going to be that bad.
I mean, you're facing a puller bet in position at a SPR of 1 or whatever. Like, it can't be that bad, right? Like, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I mean,
like I said, it's not like it's
fine.
going to be a big part of the like. That's not going to be a reason that Paint can't jam. Like, that's a quite small portion of the range.
Yeah, it's less so the sets, and it's more just like basically when you have these finished value combos, because like Jax is kind of like, I mean, I guess you can make an argument for like Ace 9, I guess, but like the problem with Ace 9 is you start blocking their 9x. Yeah, when you have this finished part of the value range, you have to be very sensitive to getting devalued on the river. Like just closing your eyes and running, like once you pop this.
The other problem here is like he's jamming with very thin value in a spot that's maybe not super appealing to bluff catch in Kraci's shoes. Like, if it's not a super appealing spot to bluff catch, the jamming with thin value is probably not great. But
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe he thinks it is an appealing spot.
Just looking at some other rivers, by the way, just for comparison, on like the Rainbow 4, Jackson 10s can jam.
Yeah, and I realized as I was saying,
7, they can go half pot because like on like the 7, they have like they have 10-8, but 10-8's not an offsuit combo. So
right, and I was realizing as I said on Brick Rivers, you could probably jam us. I was realizing there's not a lot of Brick Rivers here. You've got
you need
a deuce. Those are the only true bricks, I guess. Maybe an offsuit 5 isn't terrible because you don't have 8-7.
You are kind of volunteering to pain a bit when you pop the turn.
Yeah,
like it is just gonna. You're often going to be an inflated pot with a hand which can't quite stack off on most rivers, which means getting into an indifferent spot in a very big pot, which sucks because even if you can work it out, it means long term you lose 90% of the pot plus, even like 0 if they make you truly 0 EV. You lose like.
And I imagine Paint is splitting this turn. I think I don't know. I mean, he splits most spots, including flops. So I'd imagine he's splitting it like. So he could probably is the main size here like a B40 on the turn going to be the main size, and then pot it's like a mix of B40 and pot, and B40 is like the primary size.
I would have been mostly playing like a more polar size. Just checking it. It's only using 10.7% B40, 18% B100. But I think what it wants is to go a little
Paint split on most spots, so I was assuming he would probably split here, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of reasonable. Like the problem with playing smaller sizes here is it's very easy to find floats. Like, you're not putting much pressure on a lot of the. Like, either they've completely missed the board, and then it's like they don't mind that they're folding, or they have a board connection, and then like B40 is not that demanding to defend an actual board connection.
Yeah, I mean B40 is just putting up more pressure on like the ace high portion of the range. whereas the B100
you
is
can go a little bit. You can go a little bit bigger and go after some go
after the lower pairs and the gut and force them to fold out gut shots and
yeah.
Hash Farm in the chat was asking about the hand. He said initially, isn't Jack's kind of thin on turn already? Maybe not actually, but river is crazy. And then he added GTO Wizard 100 deep, actually pure jams paints exact combo. Wow. Or did I sim it wrong?
I mean, okay. I ran it in. My sims disagree with you, so
all right, let's get CG in here to break the tie.
Yeah.
He'll let us know tomorrow.
We did arbitration.
No, as far as your question about the turn's fine. Like, because he checked that. Like, okay, like we were saying, right? It's not like Krasi can have Queen X, right? He's going to check back some Queen X, but Jax is strong enough on the turn that potting turn's is not too thin per se. But what we were saying is that you're asking for pain on the river because you're often going to be now you're creating a big pot at a low SPR with a hand that's often not going to be able to get all in on the river. So it's not that. So the B100 on the turn is putting it like that's not too much money for Jacks to put in. It's more so that on a lot of runouts you're going to be in a really tough spot.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be nicer to use like a slightly smaller size. And then when you get the miracle brick, like this is if you want to bet Jacks, right? You could use B100 and put Jacks in a checking range. But like if you use a slightly smaller size and it's like, oh, when you get the like rainbow 4, then you can still jam. It's not that big a deal to like have a not quite geometric sizing scheme. But
yeah,
like,
you go B75 and B130 or something, whatever it ends up being. And that's fine.
Yeah, I mean it's got completely fine to get it in there.
Because then also like then you B75 and get the not brick river, then like you have a pretty you like blocking even feels a little cleaner there too. Like and you're not
also if you end up
you're not at such a low SPR where
river,
you feel like you're like forced to bet call it off in so many spots.
Yeah, you can like it also matters how big the pot is when you become 0 EV. If you become 0 EV and like I feel like the easiest way to understand this is like compare becoming 0 EV in like a pot where there's 70 bigs in the middle compared to like a 5 BB pot where you just have an indifferent hand on the river. Obviously one of them kills your win rate way more. But like that difference also exists if it's like a 70 big blind pot versus a 50 big blind pot. Like it's still like it is still better to become 0 EV in a slightly smaller pot.
Right, and the way right, like you had said before, right? Anytime you're 0 EV in a spot, right, you've already lost the pot, right? Like so if it's 70 big blinds, right, you've lost the 70. But if you're on the turn, the way you could think about this is if you're going to be 0 EV in X percentage of rivers. So in this case, let's say in 2/3 of the river cards, you're going to be 0 EV. So it's like 70 big blinds times 0.66 or whatever. Like you're losing that much money because that often you're gonna be losing.
Well, you do also have to multiply it by the percentage of the time that you actually face action on the river.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like for like seeing for picturing runouts, right, and figuring out like if a hand wants to get into a certain line or something, right? Like you could kind of say like how often you arrive in that node. But yeah, to your point, if you're not going to face the action that often, then it I guess doesn't matter. But I think in those nodes, you are going to face it a decent amount of the time.
It's quite an easy spot to play as imposition. Which usually, like, if you think about river raising for a stack, that's usually quite a technical spot, but like not here. It's not going to be that hard. Like the value is so easy to find. There'll be plenty of hands which like stand out to you as reasonable or unreasonable bluffs. Like it's not, this is not a demanding spot to find the playback if someone blocks into you.
Right.
So given that the imposition player is going to play because like what you could say is like if the other player is going to miss execute the node, then maybe you don't mind. but like here, I don't really think so at all. It's just very like it's very easy as in position here. You know, just either like I guess like shove 2-bet plus, or like I mean you can even shove a little bit weaker than that, and then just like there's so many reasonable blocking candidates. Like,
yeah,
you know.
and I also wonder like you never know to what extent like obviously like paint is down 5-6 buy-ins right off the bat. Like to what extent does that just like in his mind like he may not be consciously tilting or anything like that, but maybe just like taking the more aggro line, like trying a little bit harder to win a full stack in spots.
Yeah, I
right?
agree.
You know, it's like sure, this line you can take this line with jacks, but it's like, is he pressing a little bit, right?
Yeah, it can feel like it's getting a bit away from you.
Kratar in the chat said, Gonzo, be honest, you want jungle to absolutely spank Llama to mega tilt.
Well, it doesn't do me any good for Llama tilting now. I needed Crab to spank him earlier so he would tilt and I could win some money off him back when we were playing.
Yeah, we have KraciFisk up 57 points in 410 hands. So if he keeps up at this rate, there's going to be a lot of buy-ins going his way, potentially. In the semifinals here, Paint was the one that said he wanted to face KraciFisk, but so far it's not going his way at all. Maybe he's a bit of a slow starter, because I think he was similar in the initial group stage, right? He started with a huge deficit. Like he had some pretty tough first sessions.
Yeah, Owen, you and Clicker both beat him in your first early sessions, I think. Right? Am I remembering that right? I don't know.
He's getting a slushy.
Margarita slushy.
Those machines look pretty sick, actually. Once I googled, yo, what's up, Smeeble in the chat. Welcome, dudes. Off work. Sick game last night. Did you watch? Gonzo, actually, did you watch any basketball recently? It's playoffs time, man.
Oh yeah, I've been watching.
You watched the Wolves game?
I'm a Blazers fan, so I'll be watching tonight in particular.
What are they playing again?
San Antonio. It's a tough job. I mean, Wemby is just. Yeah. I mean, the guy's a freak. Like to be 7'5" or whatever he is, and to be able to be that athletic and do the things he does, it's just not fair.
Yeah. Did you see the shot he blocked without jumping?
Yeah. Did you see the fucking fall away corner three that he hit? He drives to the corner and is like falling out of bounds and makes a 3-point. Like, I mean, like what the hell, man? That that shouldn't be allowed.
He's insane for sure. Wolves had a sick game last night with Denver.
Yeah. So I lived in Denver for 5 years, so I like Denver. And my son is a huge Nuggets fan because he was born there, and I used to take him to games when he was like really little. Yeah, that's going to be a good series. I think the Wolves Denver, it's like that's lining up to be a really good, could go long, 6-7 games. That'll be a fun one.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised at how toxic fans are though everywhere, like on forums and stuff. There's like so many negative comments about like the other team and stuff. It's like almost like they, it's like life or death. They take everything like quite literally. They tilt at the refs and stuff.
It makes sense on like the rivalries. I don't know that Minnesota Denver's like, I would call that like a true rivalry, but like in, you got like your classic, Boston versus the Lakers type rivalries, right? Like where the fan bases hate each other, that type of thing. Got a big one here on the top right. I didn't see the action that led to this. It looked like maybe a delay c-bet 3-bet pot again. Oh, we got a jam. I think, well, Paint must have just been bluffing on the turn and then had nothing on the river. I think it was similar to the Jack hand here. I think it was 3-bet pot, check flop, and then pot delay c-bet turn maybe.
1 sec, I'll bring it up.
Something we haven't considered. Like, you can throw in the towel in these matches. Do people have a stop loss?
Well, yeah, because in these ones it doesn't matter. Like if you lose, you're just out.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
But this is quite early. I mean, realistically, 6 buy-ins heads up, like that's nothing. It's really nothing.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying you should, but like if it continues on like this, at a certain point you get demoralized.
Well, yeah, and more so, I think as you get towards the end. Let's say you have just a couple hundred hands left, and you're down 15 buy-ins or something. It's like, okay, I'm not coming back. And if I think I'm an actual dog, like, is there a reason to play it out?
Also, it can be like, sure, you might not mind playing the guy, but you might not be in like mentally in the right place to play well. You know, like I could see that happening. If you're like down by a bunch and you're feeling like you're just feeling out of it, you want the time off.
Oh boy!
Oh my god!
How did we get here? What was the
flame?
What was the line?
He's feeling
fire! Fire!
All right, there's
my God.
Oh, and he makes the call.
All right, we got to see what happened. How did we get here?
Going Kracic's way.
Was this like a check raise flop barrel off?
I think
line?
it's check raise turn, but I'm not sure. Let's see.
Gonzo,
spicy.
you gotta get better at feeling the hype. The flames are on screen, on screen, man. We gotta.
The flames are the hype.
And this is getting ugly fast. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's the meme, the stop it, he's dead already.
Oh my god. Oh god. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, they were kind of deep on this one. They were like 140.
He goes for the spicy double.
Oh man. Oh god. Yeah, I mean, once you take this line, how do you not just put the puppy in the oven on the river? Like, you got 5.
What the fuck? I've never heard that. Yeah. Put the puppy in the oven.
What the hell,
Gonzo? Wait, and then what's the rivers are free? But he's repping pocket threes. We what do we rep?
I mean, I guess
I'm just saying. If there was a river to phone in the towel, it was the 3 river. No, you're like, how do you not put up?
Yeah. He could be repping, I guess, like king 3 here.
Nah, come on.
Nah.
It's pocket freeze. He's saying pocket freeze. Like, let's
pocket 6s maybe.
When you double check raise here, when like Kraci hits this king.
No. He check call flop and just check raise turn, right?
Wait, did he check call flop check raise turn? Oh, I have this.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Sorry. I have this wrong. I thought it was a double check raise.
No. Check call check raise, I think.
Oh, okay. We're wrapping a lot wider than pocket freeze then. I was like, Jesus Christ, we're really wrapping one combo. No,
I mean, can he jam king 6 here? Probably. King.
Yeah, I mean, no. This way, he's definitely repping more. I was really, Sorry, I was reading the line wrong. I thought he'd gone for like a double check raise spice and then not giving a fuck that the free river came in. This is definitely like, I mean, kind of king 3, but also it's like king 3 doesn't check raise the turn too often. It's mostly king 6.
It's king 6 mainly, and that's why I was debating: can he jam king 6 on there? I guess he can. Like, the only hand that you get counterfeited to is aces. It's not that many combos.
But like, you already
queen is in range already.
No, but you're losing to king queen. You're losing to like like if they had
is already in range.
If they had queen 3, king 3, you're now behind those hands.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was debating whether it could jam, but maybe in his mind, he was.
I mean,
he jammed jacks on that, so he's probably jamming king 6 here, right?
Yeah. No, that is one thing I was thinking. You can sell more of a value range when you're tilted, weirdly, or at least perceived to be tilted. Obviously, I don't know if he actually is, but like, you are perceived to be. And he did quit the session after it, so I think my theory has some merits.
I think he was legitimately tilted. I mean, just seeing the jack's hand in this hand, like, he's pressing, like, to go for he's going for the most aggressive line possible here with the check raise versus the overbet turn into the jam river on the worst possible river.
I'm gonna run this one, and then I guess we're all out of action. So then we'll have to do our
Yeah,
shout
because
out.
who knows when the fuck Llama and how are Llama and Jungle ever going to schedule a match? These two guys
Yeah.
have like the most weird schedules.
I was actually messaging Kaki already. I'm like, I might need some help to ping them because I haven't seen them say anything yet about when they're gonna play.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like both of them well, I just know from trying to schedule with Llama, it was really tough. But then Jungle seems to be like kind of a tough like his schedule is all over the place too, is what it seems like.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Hey, what's
We've
up?
got the real
Krasi?
llama in the call though.
What did you finish up? Like 7 buy-ins up? Or
7.5.
It's 7.5, yeah.
Woo. Man, that was that was quite the start.
Yeah.
How many hands?
I ran pretty hot. 440 or something like that.
429.
Man. Wow. Wow, almost a quarter of the hands out of the way already.
Yeah, that's a pretty
success.
scorching hot start. Everything worked out.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the river King 6 can technically jam, so
Yeah, it felt super close, like intuitively, whether or not it could jam. It was like, I don't know. It feels like it feels.
Well, oh no!
it
Actually,
feels
no.
close
I'm
to
lying.
jam.
I'm lying. It's a merge. It's a merge. No. King 6
Okay.
is jamming to get King Queen to fold and Ace King to call. That's like no. Like that. It can't actually jam. Yeah.
But
no,
based on the Jacks jam, like I'm pretty certain he would be jamming King 6 here.
Yeah, it's still not a lot of a value range.
No, it's not.
And I mean, he got caught. Yeah, I mean, he got called by a not very mandatory catcher at all. I mean, nice blockers.
Well, but if he's jamming King 6 for value, I guess it's.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
how do you feel about the session, other than the obvious that you kind of spanked him? Or was that it? Wait, he's really quiet. Wait, you're really quiet. I can't hear you. Is that just me?
Is this better now, or can you not hear?
Yeah.
A little bit better. You're still very quiet, but
What about
okay,
now?
there we
Is
go.
it better?
Yeah. There we go.
All right. Yeah. So he kind of keeps you on your toes because I don't know how many sizes he used pre-flop. Like at least 3.
So many
for open raise, and then 3 bets. I've seen a ton as well. It's just you obviously have to play very different, react differently versus every one of those. So yeah, it's pretty hard. I mean, there's not much. I've seen him fire some bluffs. I bluff catched. He bluff catched when I value bet. I mean, it's tough to have big reads. It's a pretty small sample.
Yeah. But I mean, off to the dream start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone know when Silama plays with Jungle?
Nobody knows, not even them.
No one knows.
I asked.
Yeah, your
Silama
guess
if
is
he
as
knew.
good as ours.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in Silama's group and I didn't know when I was playing Silama, so just for context.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy that I didn't have Silama in the semis because I kind of like knowing when I'm gonna play, and he's just. I mean, he would have been available this morning, I think, because he played Linus. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I guess
I was
I've
gonna
always
say
heard
Linus,
Linus, but maybe I'm just
everyone
wrong.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah, no. I mean, if
like-
you're playing Silama, you just have to wait till you get the message at like 2 a.m. saying "play?" ?
Yeah. We almost played each other yesterday just for fun, but I told him to wait 20 minutes so I could get to the PC, and he said that was too long. So.
Standard. Do you know, Krasi, you guys might play around the same time as you started today on most days, or how you guys
No, it should be. It should start about now.
Oh, okay.
About this current time at least tomorrow.
Okay.
And then Thursday should be like today, and then probably later over the weekend if we have hands to play still. Probably we will.
Oh, so you guys already agreed on times daily?
Yeah, well, we both posted our schedules, and that's what overlapped.
Yeah, I feel like Paint is a fairly he's similar to you. Like he likes to have a schedule, I think. So you guys, yeah, probably a good match.
Yeah, well, yeah, he seemed to know when he was available, and then he told me a time today. He showed up. I appreciate that. That's very cool.
Nice, nice.
So like this time was a bit earlier than his usual sessions, I think. So
Yeah.
in exchange, I'll be playing some sessions later than my usual schedule too.
So
To be fair,
no more 4 a.m. gaming for you like you did against in the groups?
yeah, I'm starting to think Vasca was trying to gain an edge by doing that because he's been playing like across my very regular normal playing hours.
Oh, you just
After-
you saw him at tables.
After he
I mean, that guy, I don't know who it is, but
And
he's
then-
someone who's
and then he
intentionally
never
got the wrong
defends-
name.
He never
Seems
defends
like
the tables in the lobby versus me, but now since he knew I was playing Paint, he decided to stick around and defend his table. I thought that was bad mannered
that's
as well.
sticky.
I think it's against TOS, but I don't know if I want to report for that yet.
Yeah. So you're feeling good, I guess, after this. Is this a sustainable win rate?
Absolutely not. No. Yeah, absolutely not. But yeah, that feels pretty good. And I ran over EV, so won a bit more than the 7.5 binds for myself.
Can you say how much you won?
I don't know. Tracker wasn't working, I think.
I think it looked like you're about one buy-in above EV from like just eyeballing it.
Yeah, maybe a little bit less. Maybe one buy-in tops, something like that.
Right, cheeky 80K in the bank.
Yeah, not bad.
Nice, nice. Okay,
All in
please,
day's work.
please post in the group like every time because now you say you agreed, but it's like if I read the messages, I feel like it's not super clear for me. But if I know exactly when you guys are playing, I can make sure I'm there.
Okay.
All the sessions.
Well, it was written in our chat, I think.
Really? Maybe not as clearly as.
Yeah, he said probably 1 or 2 hour session around 11 a.m. EST, and that's exactly what we did.
Okay. I'll catch up on that.
I mean, that's okay. I tried to write to you when we were about to start because I didn't know if he was going to be late either. So
Yeah. I'm just trying to avoid learning about it like 20 minutes before you guys start, and then I'm like outside, and then I can't go live. So,
yeah. So yeah, be
What are
ready
you doing
for.
outside, man?
Sorry.
There's the sun outside. That's not for Owen. Doesn't like that.
Owen only likes slushies.
Vitamin D, don't need it, don't want it.
Do they even have vitamin D in Britain over there? Like, do you see the sun ever?
Apparently, I found out recently that even if you get outside like a proper amount, you're still likely to have a vitamin D deficiency if you live in the UK.
Yeah, nice
Well,
copium, bro.
To be fair, it's kind of the same where I am in the Pacific Northwest. It's just cloudy all the time. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have this over there, but out here we have these things. They're like, I guess they're vitamin D lamps type things that you turn on. They're like a square,
Wow.
a square light you turn on for. You're supposed to turn it on for a couple hours a day, like in your office or whatever.
That's nuts. I need to get one. Oh my god.
But they don't call it that. They call it like a happy light or something. It's supposed to actually like make your mood happier because you never see the sun and you're depressed if you don't have it.
Dude, I'm actually gonna order one. I'll never have to go outside again. I'm joking.
Let me tell you what it's called. I have it right here.
Over here, over the winter, it's also impossible to get enough sun, but in the summer, it's no problem.
Actually, I don't know. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Kraci, are you feeling?
I've heard about those.
Are you feeling some pressure as the last known American in the challenge?
No, I don't. I think
surely
about
that's
everyone as an
class.
individual. It's not a country thing, right?
You
It
know.
was
No, you're
mostly
repping for Europe.
Americans to start with, right? Well, Kevin Rabishaw is now Canadian, but he's originally American.
Yeah.
And then Fleshy, I don't know. I think he might be American. I'm not sure. I'm not
Wait,
sure.
Chris, you're American. For some reason, I thought you were Canadian. You just live in Canada now?
Me?
Yeah. I thought.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been born in Canada. I live in near
Oh
Montreal.
shit! I
yeah.
thought you'd moved there. Fuck.
Yeah.
I know.
French
All the
Canadian.
I
Canadians
heard
are wrong.
I heard the accent. I'm like, how is he not Canadian?
Yeah, 100% Canadian.
Ah, fuck. We're
Plus,
so
he's
washed
far
up.
too nice to be from the U.S. Far too.
I thought you were going to say
That's not
far too
true.
nice for Europe, and I was
That's
like,
not
from an
true.
American.
I've been to the U.S. A lot of times for travel and whatnot, and you guys are always super nice. Like, it's not really true what you see online, where you think everyone's like after each other and whatnot. Everyone's really super nice in America, in my opinion.
Yeah, Americans are like very social, right? Compared to especially Europe. Like you go to the supermarket, you're talking to the cashier. You go to the bank, you're talking to the teller. But it seems like online, maybe Americans are social, but more like socially slow sometimes. No.
Socially slow.
Yeah. Like not the best social norms are being used by some of the Americans that we have had on at times.
What could you possibly be referring to, Jan?
You know,
Oh, okay, yeah.
just saying something. Well, to be honest, it can be anyone. Yeah. I don't think I'm great socially either, but yeah.
You're fine.
way to save it.
That was yeah. That was so nice and vague. That could have been yeah.
We'll just
Is he
leave the
banned from
chat
the
to figure
stream?
that one out.
Is he banned from the stream, or
No,
he
no,
has
no.
rules to follow?
No, nobody's banned. Ilio
Okay.
D'Agostini in chat says, I think that's bait, by the way. He says, what do you guys think of the Ontario, Canada scene?
For poker?
Yeah.
I think that might be
I
super
mean-
dead. I don't know.
Really?
No, it's like that's where all the fence sites are, isn't it?
Yeah. It's because like we had a couple players like Willie, he came on and he was basically saying those guys are living the dream because it's super soft and there's no PVI and everybody should
I think in
should-
Ontario, Ontario is fenced, but not Quebec.
Yeah.
Like I tried to sign up to Doug Polk's site, like Club WPT Gold, because that should be available for everyone in North America, but somehow only my province is not allowed, which sucks. Seemed like a
Yeah.
I think there might be a state or two in the U.S. that also it's not allowed in for some reason. I don't know how that works. Maybe I don't know if it was California because they like banned like the sweepstakes model or whatever the loophole is they're using to allow it.
Right, yeah.
Well,
Too bad.
CoinPoker allows everyone, so there you go. You got the best sites. The Rambam asks.
That's very nice.
The Rambam asks, is Vancouver a good place for poker pros?
I think I remember when I came up in poker, I watched a bunch of poker interviews, and I think Joey Ingram he talked about Vancouver as his favorite place he lived at, probably outside of.
Well,
San Diego?
didn't a lot of guys after Black Friday move up to Vancouver?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the story. Like maybe Ben 86 and a few others. I forget the names, but yeah,
I think Doug was one of them too. I think Doug went up there for a bit.
I think Doug also went to Australia for a bit. Yeah.
I think a bunch of players also, like when they want to play series that they can't play from the US, usually it's either they go to Mexico or Canada. And in Canada, Vancouver, I know like maybe Landon and Pads. That's like where they went sometimes to play some of the online.
The biggest
series.
drawback from Vancouver is that it's a very expensive city.
I will say I went up there on vacation once, and it was nice. It seemed like a really nice city. But yeah, maybe expensive.
Yeah, like the housing market there is some of the most expensive across the world, I think. top whatever, maybe top 5, 10, I don't know, but yeah, very, very expensive.
All right, guys. It's been a good stream. I think we're going to wrap it up for now. And yeah, whenever you play again, then I'll be back live. KraciFisk. Actually, one last thing. Like, when he quit at the end, do you think he was going to quit no matter what? Or was it because...
well, yeah, it was about... it was about what we said hours we would play. I think he... Does he do MMA training or whatever?
I think jiu-jitsu, I believe.
Yeah, I think he might have a training or something. That's my guess, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, someone's
so
gonna
yeah,
be in trouble.
we basically agreed to 2 hours and we played 2 hours, so I like that.
All right. Thank you, Kraci. Yeah, you're welcome back anytime on the stream. Thank you for checking in with us. Good luck in your heads up, and if you have any shout outs, go right ahead, boss.
Shout outs, I don't know. Shout out to C Llama. I hope to meet him in the finals so we have the battle of the llamas. But yeah. I still have to win my match, right? I have a lead, but it's not done. All right, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Laters. Gonzo?
Yes, yeah.
Gotta shout out the CG stream since he won't shout out himself. Shout out to CG and all the streamers out there.
Hashtag fake influencer. Yeah, all right. Prodigy.
Shout out Jared Alderman. Recorded a pretty fun video of him recently, which is going to be going up on his channel soon. I'm sure that's going to be very entertaining for people when it does go out. Like Jared Alderman, his channel got something fun coming out there. So yeah, check that out.
Can you tease like anything about it? Was it like head review or like more general stuff?
It's like, yeah, it's kind of an interview, but it's like it's juicy. It's juicy. We cover some fun stuff.
All right.
Very entertaining. Very, very funny. We're going over some stuff which usually doesn't quite make its way public, but in this case, we had to make an exception.
All right, I like that. All right, thank you guys.
That's a good tease. That's a good tease.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Trust me. It was a lot. I had a lot of fun recording it.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good day and talk to you soon.
All right, see you.
Bye bye. All right, guys, that's the stream for today. Once again, shout out to everybody that came on, the players and all the spectators tuning in, for joining us. And we're going to be live for the whole week with the semifinals. And then next week is going to be a third place match and the finals, both for Hold'em and PLO, although PLO does not have a third place match. So yeah, plenty of action more still to come. And probably I might come back live tonight. I'm not sure if anyone's playing, but if they are, I'm obviously overseeing things like a hawk, ready to go live at any moment. So yeah, thank you guys. Much love, everyone. If you guys want to follow me, I'm at YourMerlo on Instagram and X. CoinPoker, follow them everywhere. They're the GOATs. Leave a comment, leave a like on the video.